When I was on vacation in Rome, I went to a coffee bar every morning for breakfast. I really enjoyed the, let's call it, silence of the morning. I had a coffee or two, a cornetto or a maritozzo, and planned my day. And every morning I had some cute little guests on my table. Hi there, this is Luise Heinzel. Nice to see you here today. I want to create a pocket on a journaling card today to keep the memory of those moments with the cute little birdies in Rome. This video is part of my little series about travel journaling in a box. Here you can see my box. If you want to know more about this box, then please check out the playlist linked down below. I have a lot of ideas for travel journaling in that playlist, and no matter if you want to make a travel journal or such a box, you can of course transfer all of the ideas to your own way of journaling about a holiday. So let's first talk about the materials which I want to use for today's project. The first one, and that is also the inspiration for today's project, is this little thing here. I have sketched this bird into this coffee stain here on one of the mornings in Rome.
Yeah.
For that, I have just taken my nearly empty coffee cup. I've turned it upside down so that I got this coffee stain. Then I have let that dry to be able to take a pencil and then sketch this little birdie here. And to be honest, this is the first ever bird that I have made in this way. It felt a little bit weird sitting there and drawing him, but I'm really happy with how he came out, and I want to use him as a focal point on my project today. If you think, oh, I want to follow the idea, which I show you in this video, but I don't have a bird sketch and I don't have anything else which I could use, then I have two options for you. The first option is this freebie, which I made for you. I have taken several different bird sketches and put them here to this digital paper, which you can find on my website. You can download this for free, print it out, and then you can use one of these birds, or all of them of course, for recreating today's idea. That is one option. The link to my website is down below in the description box, of course. And another option would be to take the birdies from my Magnolia Coffee Birds junk journal kit. I will show you the preview picture here. So this one you can find in my Etsy shop. The link is also down below in the description box. If you want to write down the name, you can read it here and write it down or make a screenshot or whatever. And this kit is really giant. There are a lot of pages, background papers and ephemera and all that stuff, which you can use to make one journal or of course several different journals, because this is just so much that you can mix and match that. And you could take one of the birdies from this kit, of course, for today's idea. I have also cut out a tag from the kit. So this is one of those tags that you can get with the Magnolia Coffee Birds kit. And I've just cut that out and backed that with some straw paper. This paper I have found in Rome as well, and this space I want to use for journaling later. And I also have some book pages. These are just some normal dictionary pages, not too thick. I think for today's idea, it's good to have pages which are not too thick. And I also, and I'm a little bit afraid about that, I've also taken out these distress stains, which I could find in Rome as well. These are the colors Fossilized Amber and Cracked Pistachio. And I want to try these out for the first time today. I've never used this medium before. You can see it's original, the original package is around here. I want to open this together with you because this is a special moment for me. These are really, really old and they are already retired. So I was really happy to find these in Rome, and I'm wondering if I can include these into my project today as well. And I've already prepared or chosen one of the cards which I prepared for my box, so that I have them ready to go, that I have them at hand. Holy crap, I can just take them out from the box and use them. So this is also made out of paper which I have collected in Rome. And I've just taken this. This is 2 layers of this paper. And then I've just taken one of those little paper bags, which I had from a restaurant, and I've cut that in half, and then I've just sewn it to this base here, so that I now have a journaling card, and let's call it a double pocket here. So here is an opening and here as well, so that I can later on put my tag in here. The idea is to make a really grungy hole here on this pocket. I want to make that out of these book pages, and the biggest problem about that is the size. So I'm placing my book page here, and let's just center that. That is not so important, but I want to have enough space here and here, and especially here in this direction. I want to center it approximately so that I have enough material on the left and the right. And now I'm just roughly going around here to make like a circle which is a little bit bigger than the coffee stain, which I can see through the book page. And when I have this, I can take some more of my book pages. Let's see, let's perhaps take 4. And I will put them on top of each other like so that they are just lined up. And then I will go to my sewing machine and I will just sew around here several times to get a really cool look in the end. So then the whole thing looks like this. I'm relatively impressed by my own skills today, because this turned out relatively round, I would say. That is good. Now I'm going to take this here so that I can imagine how small I can tear it, so that I have the right size so that it fits here to the pocket. So I'm going to place this here. I don't know if that is a very clever way, but yeah, let's see. And then I'm going to tear this around the circle. And I'm trying to get these layers relatively irregular so that not every layer has the same size, if that makes sense. And now I want to tear this here, but for that I'm going to take my sketch here as a reference so that I can put that here to be able to see how far I want to tear that, so that I can imagine how much of the bird will be shown. And you, of course, you can decide how like big or small you want to have these scraps that are hanging here now. As you can see, I've varied that a little bit. This is way bigger than this, but I like this variety of the size. So next I want to take this to my sewing machine again and sew around here again to make sure that these layers are a little bit more flat than they are now. And I also want to have this layered look of the stitching. You can see the first rounds here, and I want to see more of my thread here on the top as well. So then this thing looks like this. Really cool, I think. And now the big question is, shall we leave that in this color or shall we change the color? I mean, I really like how this looks. It's so neutral and it looks really, really nice. But we have colors here on the tag. And I want to use these. What can we do? Shall we perhaps just throw some of this on here? I mean, where's the problem? These colors would match this really well. I mean, this brown and white, that would go well together, I think. I could also imagine to throw some of the ink here to my paper, but I'm really, really afraid about doing that because this is my original sketch. Okay, let's first try something. Let's take such a paper, because this is the same paper like the paper I've used for the sketch, and let's just experiment a little bit with these little guys, how that comes out when we throw that to the paper. So this is a really, really weird moment to open these. It feels like a historical thing. And ooh, I want to save these little price labels here. So I make sure that I don't destroy them when I remove this. Okay, so let's start with cracked pistachio and let's do it in Barbara style. Barbara takes it and she, okay, I think we need to wait until this comes out there. Oh! Ich werde das jetzt hier so in Barbara-Manier machen, wie ihr seht. Oh Gott, da kommt auch viel raus. Ja, gut, dass ich das vorher ausprobiert habe. Das fliegt aber weit, ey. Das sieht immer so aus in ihren Videos, als wenn die da wer weiß wie raufknallt. Aber da muss man gar nicht so knallen. Also, sie knallt vermutlich auch nicht. Es sieht aber wahrscheinlich nur so aus, als würde sie das so raufknallen. Okay, das kann man aber ziemlich gut kontrollieren. I'm really surprised because in Barbara's videos it looks always like she's really hammering that to the paper. That's why I have these really long lines here. I'm so happy that I have tried it out before I put it to my original piece. Because in her videos it looks like you have to hammer it really, really hard. But perhaps it's because this is new and perhaps her felt is a little bit like closed or something. Clogged, is that a word? But that is amazing. It's really, really amazing. Oh, I'm happy. The moment of truth. Let's do it. Oh! God. Okay, so it seems that the coffee is like a resist or something. I don't know if that will dry there, but it looks really cool. I really like that, especially because now the background isn't white anymore. That is totally cool. Okay, that is not enough. Yeah. Yeah. And a little bit of yellow here. Not too much. Then it looks like this. So next I'm going to take my little thing here and I can mount this on here, and I'm just thinking the best way, I guess, would be to just sew it on, and that's exactly what I want to do now. I will take that to my sewing machine and sew around here, but I will cut this little thing here out first so that I can later on use this. This is the name of the bar and the date, and I want to try to use that as like a label later. So of course we have to tear the white paper off as well, but I'm just thinking if I can like do something with this. So because that is an interesting edge, isn't it? So I'm just tearing this off carefully, and then I'm just going to tear around here to get rid of the white paper because we don't need that anymore. So I'm going to glue this thing here to the pocket. Okay, so I think I want to use these again because that was so much fun and I think I need more of this. So perhaps we can just And I also realized that the color comes out totally different on the book pages than on this paper. I mean, that is normal, I would say, but yeah, let's see how that looks when it's dry. This is not so bad, but it looks a little bit boring and not grungy enough for my taste. So I've decided to take some Distress Oxide ink ground espresso to ink the edges here a little bit, and I'm hoping that with this brush I can also bring up some of the layers here a little bit more so that it looks a little bit more, yeah, like artsy and grungy. Coffee is good. Perhaps that helps to find a good solution because the white is like popping out really much and I like that, but the contrast here is not enough. I will use some Distress Spray Stain Ground Espresso, and I'm going to use the nozzle here to just let a little bit of this go in here. You can hear from my voice, this is not really what I was looking for. I'm trying to add some water here to let the ink move a little bit. This is way too colorful. To me, it's like, yeah, It's not what I was looking for. I'm just thinking this area, I like that really much, that it is so dark here and this is so light. I'm just thinking if I shall put the ground espresso spray stain all around here. I mean, I would cover up a lot of the ink, the yellow and the turquoise, but what if I leave this in color and make this brown? I think then it would also look more like a whole. This has no depth somehow because of the white paper here. Yeah, I like that way, way better. Even if I'm really, really annoyed by the white background here. But let's see. So I will quickly tear this off because that is overlapping, and I'm doing that so that I can imagine better how it really looks. When it's in the box, it's, you know, it's can't be so wide. Ooh! Goodness. Oh no! Ooh, that's perhaps not so bad. I mean, if a bit of this white paper shows through there. Oh, look! That is not so bad. Look, we have a connection now to the white here. Ah, oh. Okay, so, ooh, ah! How is it possible that such a tiny piece of paper, and it was actually an accident, can give you so much inspiration? I mean, the solution for the white is totally easy. I mean, what the heck? I have the solution. I'm back in a second. So here is my solution. I've just cut out some different white die cuts. That was really hard. I mean, why? Because now when we glue these somewhere here, we can balance the thing with the white really, really well. So here we go. This is just cute. I'm so in love with how this came out. What a great idea with those die cuts. It's just balanced now and I'm really happy. And now I'm thinking to make this even more interesting and to have like the texture of a nest. I don't know if that makes sense. I want to take this little piece of something and put that here somehow and then add this button, because I think this could be a nice addition here on the bottom. Oh yeah. Yep, that's great. It's only a small, tiny detail, but for me, those details are really important, and I think this is really balanced now. So next I want to take the tag and just punch a hole here to be able to put this through here. And I also want to use the birds from the freebie to put them to the back of this card. Here on the back of the tag, I have my journaling space, so I want to decorate this here just without thinking. Hopefully, I want to cut these birds out and just make a little collage here on the back so that this is not so empty anymore. So here I have my journaling now. The space was just enough for what I wanted to write. And now this can go in here so that this is the final front of this. And this is the back side. And what I'm realizing here again is with such a travel journal box or travel journal, it can happen that the front of a piece is really different to a back. I mean, look at this and look at this. It's like two different worlds, isn't it? But it's the same thing that I've experienced with this card here. I have a video about this as well. You can find that in the playlist linked below. There I have taken this postcard and I've put that here to this card with the help of this transparent pocket. And it's the same with this card. It's like bam here and neutral here. And that is the same here. Look, neutral, bam. But that is the fun of travel journaling, isn't it? So perhaps you want to try out one of these ideas, or perhaps you could find some inspiration for your own totally different idea. That also would be great. It doesn't fit. No. I have to cut this off a little bit more exactly, but that's no problem. So that it really fits in there. No problem. Just destroy the outro of my video, you little card. So now it fits in here. I hope you liked this idea. Have a very great and creative day and see you the next time. Bye bye.